And let's see. I want to ask Trent to kind of make me an advantage.
He already made it.
Oh, perfect.
It's there for you. It's ridiculous.
All right, great. Well, then I will hop in, and as it kind of purrs to life, I'll jump in and close the door, and with the window down, I'll kind of stick an arm out the window, and I'll say, "Thanks, Trent. See you on the other side."
Don't say it like that. Sounds like you're dying.
Not yet.
Well, okay. See you later. Pick a nicer car next time. Drive with style.
Lamborghini.
All right, and I can absolutely fuck up this drive roll here. So I pull away.
Please. I really wanted negative.
Ah! I forgot you can't drive.
Fire shoots out of the fucking air vents and just burns my skin off.
A 1 is plenty enough to drive. It's just maybe. I mean, frankly, it's been a while since you've been behind the seat of a car. You know, I mean, driving it with your own freedom.
Yeah, I don't drive.
Yeah.
Carmine doesn't drive.
You haven't driven in years, and on top of the fact that you haven't driven in years, you've been stuck in a competition where you haven't been able to drive at all. So there's a little bit of freedom there as you kind of. It's stick too, yeah. So you know you're lurching a little bit, but you get the hang of it.
There's just one long uninterrupted crane shot as he drives all the way back to New York on one tank of gas.
Okay, I don't think so. But
how did they do that? It was a really boring choice. It made the movie hours and hours long, but it was really impressive filmmaking.
Really impressive. It was a 38-hour uninterrupted take.
How did they shoot that?
He cried for 30 minutes. And I cried for 30 minutes.
Yeah, little known trivia. How they achieved that with a series of sawhorses, duct tape, and Vaseline, and they just slid the camera the whole way
through the horses, through their stomachs.
One nervous
a sawhorse.
One nervous DP had to throw the camera with as hard as he could to get it sliding, and really hope that it went the whole way.
So Samuel's going to start walking down the street, turn the walkie on. He's going to just click on whatever channel they're, I guess, probably sync to. I'm just going to say, test. Can anyone still hear me?
Mac, does it work?
Yep. Yeah. You all sound like shit, but they work just fine.
Yeah, I hear you, Samuel. Colonel?
You're supposed to say you copy and then over.
Copy that over.
Boys.
Copy over.
Right, well, we each get our clues, and if one of us gets a tip off of where this location actually is, just relay it to everyone else and we'll get there. No one mess with the bomb until I'm there.
Copy. It's got to be somewhere huge, right? Like, if he's willing to make us believe it's that many people, that many folks, then got to be on the subway or something.
That, or if there's a game going on somewhere in a stadium. Not sure.
Stadium. Over.
And I'm going to flag down. I assume there's probably taxis, right? Cabs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Before I do that, before I do that, I want to go down an alleyway.
Steal a car.
Steal a car.
I'm gonna find. So I was looking for any kind of sharp object. Will you give me like some fucking pocket knife someone threw to the side?
Sure. I mean,
Sure.
you're by a restaurant, so maybe you find
some disgruntled employee's pocket knife they threw out the fucking
Yeah.
window at some point.
Maybe it fell out of someone's pocket that you kind of rifle with your foot and you find exactly what you're looking for.
All right, I'll just put that in my pocket and I'll wave down a cab and assume do I have to roll for that or
No, I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
cowboy?
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? What would you even roll? Like
What
athletics,
would you roll?
Provoke.
Rapport.
provoke? Yeah, I guess.
I guess.
I
I don't know.
guess. Yeah, you lift a hand, and it doesn't take long for a taxi to pull over into your lane.
I'll go up to the passenger side, the front, and I'll kind of knock on the window for the guy to roll it down.
He does. He looks over at you.
I'll just say, how much would it be to get me over to the museum, whatever the museum's called, from here? How much is that, the toll?
Let me take a quick look.
Max on the actual like Idaho, Boise, Idaho taxi website.
Yeah, she has a Uber heading there right now.
She's got the app.
Well, I have let's see. Where are you guys currently?
If for an ARG element, she's actually deducting money from our debit accounts.
I am charging you for this. He'll look at you and say, it's about $6. It's not far from here.
All right,
It's
sure.
across the street.
It's a
Just do over that.
He just rounds the corner a few times. And he's like $6.
All right, sounds great. And he's gonna hop into the back seat.
Sam is going by himself, correct?
That accent.
My other Sam's coming with me. Apparently.
I'm looking for the scene. It's so hard to search with the scene in Blade Runner where Deckard does the goofy reporter voice.
Yes,
That's
totally.
Sam right now.
Yeah, it's the worst Midwestern accent you could ever
Ugh.
do.
Hi. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and reveal this because I feel like this help.
Yes,
Oh,
good call.
let's hope.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's good.
So I was going to eventually put a map in, but I feel like you guys are traveling. This is fine. So you guys started at this little "You Are Here" ping. I don't really have a good. I guess bottom left corner is me pointing to where you're going to be. So those are roughly the locations of where Sam's going, and roughly the location of where Carmine's going. Who's taking off next, and with what form?
I think
Oh,
I had.
wait.
Go ahead.
Could I do one thing before we switch off?
Yeah, yeah.
I want to look at this fella, see how he's driving. I want to take his drive. If I can win this against his deceive.
Wow.
Oh,
You did it.
got
Close.
it.
he is an evil in him. But you
What's his drive
overcame
at?
it.
Is that the producer?
Like all of my NPCs are the producer with how they roll. His drive's like it's like a 2.
Okay.
Got it.
The fucking license plate says like producer.
Get in my car, Samuel.
Anyway,
If you look here in this scene, we
Ugh.
know that the producer is the taxi driver, but there were actually hints all along. You see, his license plate number is orange. What is an orange? It's a form of produce.
Very good. Smart Mac.
Damn, Mac.
Damn, Mac, you
Good
really got
idea.
him.
You nailed it.
All right, boys, who's going where? Keep this train going.
You guys are going to the botanical garden.
Yeah. I kind of want to vary up the cinematics we get, but I also don't want to take a bus if it's incredibly slow. There's a botanical garden.
The train.
Botanical garden. Let's see.
Where
I mean,
is
I guess as of right now,
Rachel.
you ask somebody about it. I'll just say, and that would be kind of a superfluous chance. The botanical garden would take you about here.
Okay.
So it is distinctly off of the bus line track.
Ah, fuck, this is off everything. Well, now we gotta call a taxi.
Yeah, it's a little bit outside of the city.
I hail a taxi.
None come, because Sam took the only one.
I mean, I could break into another car. We could just all have stolen cars, see how
We're
long
not
that
allowed to.
lasts.
I don't know how much trouble Carmen's gonna get in. The rules say we have to take public transit.
Yeah, Carmine's
Oh, yeah, that's true.
today. Don't just everybody ignore Carmine. Yep, you hail a taxi. She pulls over, and she opens her. Well, she doesn't open the door, but she pulls over for you.
A female cab driver. I slammed the door back shut on her.
Interesting.
You know, we could always take a taxi, if you know what I mean.
I
What?
don't.
We could steal a taxi. That's public transit. We're just driving it. Steal a bus. Come on.
You're that contestant on Taskmaster, aren't you?
What?
The one who's like, well, technically the language says this, so
Oh,
I
he's
can
a
get away
Kurt.
with it, right? Yeah.
Mm.
And the Colonel, was that in character? Was that you just you?
Oh, that was just me.
Okay. We take a taxi. I tell her to go to the botanical garden, and I put a gun to the back of her head to make it snappy, or else.
Oh my gosh! All right, you and Trent. Let me pull Trent up here because he's your +1.
You need a +1 invitation to this taxi.
It's one of those carpool taxis.
And then Josephine, what's your plan? You're going to.
The gardens. I mean, not the zoo. Sorry. Maud had mentioned the VRT, so I'd probably take that form of transit.
Yep, the bus will get you right there, right quick. It's
Cool.
right on the line, and you have to purchase a ticket for. Depends. If you want an all-day pass, you find at the bus stop that it is $10 for an all-day pass, or it is $5 one way.
I mean, fuck you. I'm doing that. Yeah, God. Josephine actually gets angry
Yeah.
at the price tag.
Oh god, it's working. The producers rubbing their hands together.
Do I own a share of the bus? She thinks as she like buys the pass and then waits for the bus to show up.
Bus shows up. Only takes about 3 minutes for the next one, and you pop in. You stick your little ticket stub into the bus ticketer, and you head on back.
Hey everyone, I'm really sorry to interrupt your day. I know and I hope that you're having a beautiful one, but I'm going through a bit of financial hardship. I'm here asking for your support, anything you can spare. And I just start asking for change.
This sounds too fucking real.
Oh god.
Real?
No, that would be
Oh.
I mean,
I was
feel
like,
Josephine, she doesn't
Strategy?
seem like she's above anything.
I was gonna
I thought
say.
she was doing it.
I was like, oh my gosh,
let's
Josephine.
go ahead and do it. Let's do rapport.
Oh my gosh,
no.
yeah. Okay. You make $6. You make $6
Oh, yeah.
The fuck?
panhandling.
I keep riding the bus. I'm not gonna do this.
And then
I
you
like-
go and sit down next to people.
There were 2 times
go
I've
around
ever gone to a big
panhandling.
city.
Put it away in a purse full of money and then go and sit next to a dude.
I'm actually rich.
Okay.
What is that, Elon Musk? Is that what he does?
Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. Yeah, you make $6 in panhandling. People pity the fact that you look like you're wearing the same clothes you were 3 days ago.
Jesus.
So,
Easy.
These are new clothes. What the fuck?
well,
No,
that's not
I'll
what they
shut
think.
up. I don't care. It's fine. I have their money. I don't need their sympathy.
All right. So, let me pull up my notes. We'll follow the Botanical Garden boys first.
B-boys.
You guys arrive, and it's just a big building in the city. You're still pretty close to everything. The cab driver stops and looks back at you, and she says, that's going to be $350.
$350. Who has that
No.
kind of money?
No, son, $3.50. I only drove you around the block.
I hand her $3.50.
She nods and she lets you exit the cab. It's kind of like a little roundabout, in front of the botanical garden. And she pulls off. You guys go inside. There's a lot of people there. It's a weekday.
We didn't tip the cab driver because she's a woman, I guess.
Oops.
That's right. You got to tip people. I forget.
Yeah, you do. You should tip the cab driver.
How much you tip her?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
I want you to know this is because you're a woman, Trent says.
Yeah. So she actually is pretty offended by the fact that you didn't tip. And then she drives away.
That's okay. We won't run into her again. Wink.
That's what you think.
Your karma, though, is gonna be hurt by that.
Yeah, you're the
You've
tactic.
done so much already.
Oh, yeah, this is the rat plague ending.
You guys walk inside, and you're greeted by the front desk, just with one lady dealing with a class of young students, maybe 5th graders, there with their teacher, and then the other woman at the counter brings you guys up, and she says, will that be 2?
Yes.
You guys together?
Well,
She'll look at you, Trent, and she'll say, that's going to be $9 for adults. We do have a senior discount for anyone 60 and above. If you're... She's not really sure if you're a father or an uncle. She doesn't really want to make any presumptions, but
I'll take the senior discount.
of course. I am going to need to see your IDs.
Sure, whatever.
Do we have IDs?
Yeah, you got your IDs on you.
Oh, okay.
You guys pull out your IDs. She
Yeah.
reads them, and she says,
She reports them directly to the police who
Right to
find
the-
us.
right to the police right away. They bust in.
Hmm.
Just rappel down.
From the sky?
Yes.
It's a botanical garden.
She takes your cards. She takes some pictures of them. She hands it back. She says, well, enjoy your visit. We have a special today. It's, we actually have the butterfly exhibit open if you want to take a look.
Ugh.
Oh God, no.
Well,
I'm
in
so
either
sorry.
way, enjoy the gardens.
What is the origin story to Colonel not liking butterflies?
The same as mine.
They're inherently liars. You can't
They're-
trust them.
What is-
Son, never trust a butterfly.
I don't know what to take off my money. What did the senior discount get me?
Oh, I'm so sorry. The senior discount is so. Trent, you paid $9.
Uh-huh.
Colonel, you paid $7.
Okay.
Update your money.
I did. We didn't split the cab, did we? You just paid that?
Yeah, I paid it. Impressing the girl that I'm taking out on a date by going Dutch on the $3.50 cab fare.
I'm a feminist, he shouted. Cool. Cool, man.
After harassing the cab driver.
Yeah.
Oh, a woman, huh? Oh, okay, I guess. All right, we got to get to this escape room on time. All right,
You sure you can drive this thing, honey?
All right,
You
I'm
be able
not
to
gonna
drive this
tip.
thing in high heels?
Oh boy.
Don't worry, babe. I can
Ugh.
afford this. I'll take care of us. $350.
He like offers to pay after he sees how much it is.
A little walking around money, and I hand her a quarter.
Oh,
That's tip.
Bag.
The change. That's all it is.
Keep the change.
That's all it is.
Can I get 10 of that back?
The actual tip is one of those Jesus quote ones.
Nice.
Ah!
Oh
The
no.
worst. All that happens.
We're
All
going to
that
the
happens.
botanical garden.
you go in. At this point, consider where you want to go, or if you want to try to roll to expedite the process, just figuring out as you guys take time exploring the gardens.
I'm not very helpful in these situations.
Great.
I have notice.
Give yourself more credit.
I'm gonna go fight the tulips, okay?
What is your
You find
notice?
Bad idea.
It's a +1.
I'm not confident in that. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
I
how
have
to
a-
use my skills. I could obviously talk to people here, but we have no fucking clue what a clue looks like, so I don't know how to get people telling me what things are here.
Maybe find like the, I don't know, most popular exhibit.
I was thinking too. Yeah.
It's probably
Okay.
the Japanese gardens. It's always the Japanese
Or
gardens.
the
Or the
fucking
butterflies.
Japanese gardens. Yeah, I'll try to use rapport to create advantage by talking up fellow plant lovers, and find out what everyone's always here looking for.
All right. Nice. True to Juliet, people come here a lot because they like the Japanese gardens, but true to what the front desk told you, it is a special time of year because the butterfly garden is
No.
not something that is always around. So
No.
a lot of people are here to see the butterfly
Do you
garden.
guys both butterflies?
Is Trent in character nervous? Because I'm transferring this to the Colonel. That makes him nervous.
No, it's me, Juliet.
Is this like what did you guys meet like a fucking you were both running from a butterfly?
I
Are you-
don't know what happened in my brain as a child, but I have a lot of memories of being in a giant butterfly garden in Chicago, and then one day I was just in there and I started panicking and I ran out screaming.
Oh no.
And then I was scared for years, and I'm like fine now, but I think they're still gross if they touch
I still
me.
wouldn't go in.
I
Oh my god.
It's freaking. They're bugs. I don't care how not dangerous
Yeah.
a bug is. If it's large and has tiny little tickly feet that's gonna crawl on me at
I'm
random
more
because
okay with a beetle than a butterfly.
I can't get over the fact that I planned this so innocently, and then the two people who hate butterflies ended up in the
they're
butterfly
fucking
garden.
disgusting.
This is why we're together. We hate butterflies.
You have to pass through the claustrophobia hallway, and then you
Yeah.
can make it into the butterfly.
And I was forced to go through one. Like my grandparents took me. I didn't run out screaming because I don't tend to make like scenes, but they fly near me, my shoulders are jerking up like oh.
Yeah, my family would make fun of me because for years I just wouldn't go.
Yeah, it's fucking bugs landing on you. I know that they're beautiful, but that's visually. If they land on me, it's gonna be like the in fucking SpongeBob when they're scared of like a butterfly or whatever. 'cause
They're
it lands
gross
on their
little
helmets, like,
weirdos. They smell you by licking you.
yeah, they're
So
little
do dogs.
proboscis.
They
No,
like
that's
to
not how
lick.
dogs
Ugh.
smell you.
Dogs wouldn't
That
be
would-
super fun to be licked by if they were the size of bugs, and so like they were like it felt like they were biting you.
Important question. How do you feel about hummingbirds that also have those little tongues?
Mm.
Those
It's
are
a
fun.
freaky tongue, but hummingbird's
Fine.
pretty cute.
It's a freaky tongue, though.
It's not like the hummingbird's gonna come and lick me.
Yeah.
A hummingbird also
Hummingbirds also aren't gonna swarm
Okay.
a dead
Nice.
corpse and try and eat it.
That's not butterfly's fault.
Freaky.
You guys learned that you have to go in this terrible, horrible butterfly room.
Yeah,
This
the
is where
the colonel is sweating as he politely makes his departure from conversation. He's dabbing his forehead and says, "Well, maybe the Japanese gardens will have it for us."
Oh, T-Bone, we should probably go in the butterfly.
Why?
house. Oh. That's the most
Why do we have to go in
popular
the
one.
butterfly exhibit? Trent, what are the odds someone's actually going to put something in there? The Japanese gardens are what everyone comes for, and it's year round.
Trent's just gonna put hands on the colonel's shoulders, and he's gonna say, T-Bone, we don't have time. Squish every fucker that comes near you if you have to. We have to go in.
I hate you.
I know.
I'm going to investigate now. Woo.
Nice.
There it
You,
is.
your senses are heightened as you enter the butterfly garden, and you're aware of
Trent,
every single bug.
Trent is walking around the colonel, just swatting his hands in the air just in case a butterfly comes too close.
The colonel's eyes are dilated, and the reason he's so good at investigating is because his survival instincts have triggered.
And very fortunately, because of the adrenaline coursing through your veins, you spot something in the pond of the butterfly garden, like a little box that is tied up and sunken to the bottom. It's only about a knee's deepness.
But unfortunately, there is a butterfly
There's
on
a
top
butterfly right on top of
of it,
it.
pointing at you.
Trent seems like the one to more likely get caught, get in trouble for splashing around in the pond of a butterfly room, so I'm going to point him to it and say, "There!"
Ew, gross. Sorry, I saw the picture.
Yeah.
What was I? What was in the water again?
Go get the box out of the water.
Little box.
Okay.
Little box.
Yeah.
Without Trent
Uh.
there to swat things, the colonel is vulnerable, and so a butterfly lands on his ear.
Roll a... Man, how do you make a distraction for someone? Unintentionally.
Provoke?
Provoke.
Yeah, I guess provoke. Roll
Provoke or
provoke
deceive.
just for fun. Make a scene. Nice. You make a sizable scene. Some children kind of like flee away from you as you you flip out.
I just leave the butterfly room. Our job is done. I'm gonna let Trent catch up.
Trent, you make kind of a hasty splash. The attention is off of you very briefly as you jump into the out-of-bounds area of the butterfly pond, and you snag the box from the bottom, pulling it from where it's been tied, and a security guard, after paying less attention with the colonel having just left, he goes, Hey, you need to get out of there. That's not
Hey.
walkable area, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I dropped my box.
Next time, come get out. Get out of there right now.
Yeah, I'm coming. God.
I'm
Sloshes
thirsty.
with your shoes.
Fuck.
He
You
says,
think I like having wet socks?
Sir, we can pull next time. Let a guard pull it out. Okay, we have tools made for that.
It can't get wet.
I
And
need
Trent
you
just
to
walks away. Yeah, he starts going.
A guard did pull it out for me once, and that's why I'm scared of guards now.
Oh my
no.
god.
Trent, you leave the butterfly room, and the colonel is hyperventilating.
You guys just leave the door open and all the butterflies.
No!
and they're
You are-
double doors, so we're just leaving two sets of doors
He's
open.
the biggest asshole.
The butterfly wrangler with his net falls to his knees as they all escape. They were desperate not to live there anymore.
They become a swarm, like a swarm of birds.
They just hit such a discouraging altitude right away. There's no
Oh,
way. You
shit.
My inheritance.
Like a fucking balloon that's just gotten carried away
Yeah.
immediately.
They start swarming the botanical gardens, eating people alive. There's montage.
It's just
The
it's
funniest
just
part.
fucking pull-out shot of like the city of Boise, just all the greenery being eaten by butterflies.
The funniest part is that butterflies make literally no sound at all, no buzzing or anything. It's just the silent things flying around.
Chaos theory posits that a butterfly's wing can change it.
Alright. Do you open the box?
What's in the box?
Please be
Trent walks
butterflies.
up, and the Colonel
yeah.
is bent 90 degrees over a water fountain and is just spraying the water directly into his face.
Trent just walks over and he goes, Hey, you alright, T-Bone?
No, I didn't want to go in there.
I know, but we look, and Trent like shakes the box and he's like, we got the box.
It's a great job, Trent. There's not one on you, is there?
Trent turns around and he's like, you see one?
No,
Okay, I don't see one on you.
I hadn't even considered that.
Well, you don't have to anymore. There's no butterflies. Not even a
Okay.
tramp stamp.
I only have one of Droopy Dog on my shoulder.
Huh.
That's the cutest thing you've ever told me.
No.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? You open the box. Why did you roll a 5? Well, I guess to open the box.
Yeah.
Manga.
You really opened that box.
I mean, was it locked? I just assumed it was.
It wasn't.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, you untie the ribbon around the box like a pro.
I can use the box again, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You figured it out.
It's kind of like a little ring box. It opens on a hinge, and inside is a little laminate piece of, like a strip of paper that's been laminated, and on it reads, red, then blue, then green, then is it yellow or black?
Oh, wow, that's the whole sequence. Radio that in.
Trent's gonna say, we found the sequence of wires to be cut. It's red, then blue, then green, and then it's either yellow or black. So that we don't have that last part actually.
Received. Is there anything else in there, or is that it? Do we need to find the next clue
Well, the
somewhere
butterflies
else?
got out.
Over.
And then the Colonel sprints out of the botanical gardens.
The bit
No,
important.
T-Bone. That's just a regular. That's just a regular butterfly.
I'm two athletics away.
Is the Colonel all right over?
I can't keep up with me.
Trent's panting, and he's like, he'll be fine.
Your feet are slipping because your shoes are wet.
Trent's running, trying to keep his pants up that are constantly falling down because he never got a fucking belt.
T-Bone, come back.
The Colonel runs like the way you have to walk to keep your balance on ice, but at really high speeds.
All right. I guess we will transition to Josephine. You are headed to the
The zoo.
zoo. Correct. You took the bus, so the
Yep.
bus ends at its stop, and a few people give you kind of an eye as you get off the bus after having asked people for money. But most people just kind of keep to themselves because that's, people in public transit. You exit, the bus hisses, and it pulls off, and you walk 2 blocks, 3 blocks, following the Boise Zoo signs with a big gold giraffe on them, and just kind of the flood of people as they head toward the entrance.
Josephine just remembers when she was here maybe 6 years ago with Oliver, and just kind of like retraces that memory as she finds her way to the entryway, the tickets booth.
There's a big old kind of like iron stainless steel sort of fencing system in the ticket booths, and you wait in line for maybe like 10 minutes, honestly. It's kind of atrocious. And finally you get to the front, and the man behind the counter asks you, he says, how many for you today?
Just the one, please.
Let's see here. That's going to be $8 for just one adult.
Yeah, okay. I'll get you that, and while I do, anything I should look at while I'm in there?
The animals. He laughs.
Yeah, but there's got to be something exciting, right? I know they're always swapping them in and out, got exhibits and things like that.
Oh, well, let's see. He looks down at a, not a calendar, event schedule for the day, and he says, they're going to be feeding the otters here in about 15 minutes.
I want to use rapport to try and create like an investigate advantage for myself.
Certainly.
You understand? Yeah, this is all just animal destruction episode.
Okay, great. That'll make it.
I will boost it so I have 2.
Okay. What are you going to boost on?
I'm going to use a fate point on management material. I tell you what to do. I want him to. I'll be like, I mean, that's good, but there's got to be a real eye catcher in here. Can I take a look at that? And then she'll kind of flip it around and try to get him to engage with the map.
She flips it around, and he kind of pokes it through the little glass divider to show you, and he says, well, the real big attraction here is the polar bears. They're in the way back of the museum. We also just got some giraffes in, but everyone comes to see the polar bear feeding. That's in about an hour.
Okay. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Of course. He will lean back, take your money, print out your ticket, and he'll say, give me your hand.
Yeah, she will.
Chops up.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
And then his giant proboscis comes out of his mouth, and he flies away with his butterfly wings.
Goddamn butterflies!
His vestigial butterfly wings unfold from his shoulder blades.
And he will give you a little orange stamp that says the date on it, and a little red panda on the back of your hand.
Aww.
It's very cute.
It burns.
Oh, Christ. The demon seal.
Yeah.
Um,
Your march for death.
Josephine is going to spend the time just kind of booking it towards the polar bear. And I know it's an hour. That's when the feeding will happen, but she's obviously not going to wait for that. So she's going to try to get a stock of the situation when she arrives.
All right. It's a generously sized facility, as you remember, having been here 6 years ago. They've changed some things since then. They've kind of got some other exhibits set up, but it's mostly as you remember it. The polar bear exhibit's way in the back, just because of where they need the enclosure. It's not quite feeding time, but you've got some zookeepers preparing for feeding time. Just general light crowds always hanging around the front of the big old glass, and it's kind of hard for you to see into their enclosure right now, but you are standing in front of their enclosure, and there are 2 polar bears in there.
Can I do a notice to scope out and see if there's anything of note?
Sure.
Just immediately available. I'm gonna have to jump in this fucking enclosure.
Notice of 2. Gosh, sorry. You, with the notice of 2, you overhear 2 of the workers nearby talking about how one of the polar bears is holding on to something that it shouldn't have. They're not sure how it got to the enclosure.
Oh, God.
Oh my god!
And they
Trent
seem to be
went
kind
to
of
the
trying
wrong
to suss out.
place.
What the fuck are you doing, Mac? The escalation is so hard here. What are you talking about?
Well, you should have gone to the butterfly garden.
What the fuck is this shit? I should have said Trent here. He would have fucking thought this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've all had a difficult time today.
Josephine is going to go to the edge of the enclosure, She's gonna look down at it. And she's gonna jump into the fucking
Oh my
enclosure.
god! Oh my
That's
lord!
what you set me up with.
I mean, you could have rolled something, but I'm not
Nope.
playing.
Wait, is it one of those though where it's like a really long drop? Are you gonna like break your legs?
I would like, if I could, I'd like to slide down it.
I'd like to not break my legs, please.
I would prefer to not break my legs.
Not
Yeah.
to make your drop harder, but
It's not a super tall enclosure. They're polar bears. It's not that hard. As soon as you do that, immediately there's uproar as people notice you having jumped the fence.
Yep.
People are calling out for security. People are freaking out. People are taking videos, of course, because that's what people do in these situations. And the people who are setting up the feeding are immediately just losing their minds. Like, what is she doing? You can't go with, like, it's just bedlam instantly.
Ma'am, you're not a polar bear! You
I'm
can't do
going-
that!
Your feet touch the ground, and you stand before two fully grown adult-ass polar bears.
13-foot tall polar bears that immediately aggro.
And it's warm out, so they're a little slothful. They don't seem to pay attention to you right away. Maybe they think that you're one of their feeders. One of them kind of lifts an ear, assuming it's almost lunchtime. Maybe
Yeah.
dinner time at this point.
Could I notice, like, you'd said that they were setting up for feeding. Could I notice a, like, pail of food?
Sure.
Slop?
Yeah, I feel like I can't deny you anything.
Negative
You
want
one.
notice
right
it because you landed in it.
Yeah. And I'm covered in it. I just start lathering myself.
They won't be able to smell me. Ooh.
Oh.
You're just making a snow angel and fish guts.
All right, with a 5, what exactly
Woo.
do you want? Because you get it.
I want a pretty hearty bucket. Kind of maybe it was set up on a ledge or something, like they were going to start lowering it down into the enclosure so they could set up for the public feeding.
Totally.
But it is there and it is ready, and she will reach over and take a +5 or whatever,
Fine.
a heavy fish that she will just kind of like hold in her hands, and she will just kind of weigh it and then start approaching, holding it in the far right hand away from herself.
The two bears will kind of roll very listlessly as they see you approaching. One seems a little bit more trepidatious than the other. The other just sees fish and dinner time. It's, I don't know, this, for whatever reason, isn't immediately screaming strange to the animal. The people that were shouting at you have now kind of quieted down as they're radioing in for security, and they're trying not to further startle the creatures who seem to think that you're the feeding staff, so you're avoiding some sort of harm that's going to come to you.
Okay. She will try to persuade them to take the bait and put it in a further corner. So you tell me what I need to do that.
I mean, you have the fish.
Yeah.
So, I don't. How do you persuade animals? I guess rapport.
Yeah, probably just a rapport with a unique sort of challenge in your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I modify it based on the roll, or you'll
No,
take
I'll
all that
modify
in
it.
consideration?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
No!
that's a -4,
Oh,
baby.
there it is. There's the
Oh
big
my
one.
gosh. Well,
This
They
section
make-
is like taking the most important roles. It's like tank them.
They make very humanoid, like, offended grunts.
so the most affable polar bear seems just kind of follow along without really any regard. But the one who is kind of giving you the stink eye doesn't seem convinced, and is kind of starting to make some vocalizations at you as you are kind of trying to lead it in an unfamiliar way.
Come on, take the fish. That's what you want, right? It's lunchtime. I want to try to do a provoke.
Do it. You slap its face with the fish.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh.
There it is.
So you take the fish and I take the box. Everyone gets what they want, huh?
The female kind of like snarls and sniffs, but as you wave the fish in a convincing manner and you lead it to the side and it sees that its partner is already partaking of part of the meal, it warily relents and meanders behind the other and starts enjoying the fish, and you are left with a straight shot to the box that they were kind of gnawing on.
Yeah,
Well,
she will run up and start looking through it before security shows up.
Oh, they're already.
Yep.
They're starting now to unlock the gates, and they're saying, "Ma'am, you need to step away from the polar bears."
Okay, I'm going to make it for the box though and try to open it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's in it?
Inside, you see a key. Not an
Oh.
old skeleton key, but like a just a, modern key. Silver.
Yeah, she will just look at it and say, "Fuck, are you kidding me?" And trying to like shield it, she will bring the chest to herself, and she will slip off one of her rings, put it in the chest, and then put the key in her coat.
Smart. At your lack of listening to their commands, seeing that the polar bears are distracted, the security are going to come in and they're going to try to grab you by each of your arms.
Okay. Yeah, I will let them.
And they quickly drag you back out of the exhibit.
Okay.
And the door is closed behind you. And again, it's just people are screaming and talking, and there's just this loud murmur, and the guards are looking at you. They say, "What are you doing? You can't just jump into an exhibit."
I lost the wedding ring. It was my mother's. It was my mother's ring. I couldn't.
Ma'am, you cannot just jump into an animal exhibit. That's dangerous for you. That's dangerous for the animals.
I
Their
wasn't
lives.
thinking.
No, you weren't thinking.
I wasn't
Their
thinking.
lives were at stake because of you. Those harmless animals. Innocent animals. Do you understand what you've done?
Sorry. Yes.
Security guard's really morally upheaved about it. You should probably just
He's
throw her out.
really burned.
Really giving her a lecture about it.
He really gave it to me in there.
I look at Steve Irwin, who's here.
You can't just get in there with the polar bears.
They have a life too.
You understand what they've been through? You have any idea what they're going through right now? They don't need the stress from you.
These polar bears are flown halfway across the world. And then you're jumping in there confusing them. Come on.
Maybe Rebecca will call you back. Maybe. What?
Seems like you're projecting.
He's gonna try to sit you down on a bench, and he's gonna say, "You need to wait here. We've got police on the way, and you need to make a statement."
Yeah, I will do so.
Think about what you did. I'm gonna put 2 minutes on the timer. Alexa, put 2 minutes on the timer.
The other security guard is going to. One of them's hanging out with you, the guy who apparently just gave you a lashing. The other one is going to go start dispersing people.
So am I sitting alone on the bench right now?
You've got one guard watching you right now.
Can I use the bathroom, please?
Smart.
He, runs his tongue over his molars, and he says, "Yes, all right, right over there." And he
Okay.
points across the path to a very clearly marked bathroom, and he says, "If you're not out in 2 minutes, I'm coming in."
I'll be out in 2 minutes.
I understand you had a very stressful reaction to losing your ring, but just be quick.
Yeah, and she will quickly get in there, turn on the radio and say, "Hello, anybody? Over."
Hey.
It's
I
probably
really
about-
fucked up.
It's probably about
don't-
this time that we have our box. It's all concurrent.
Yeah, perfect. I don't have time to explain it. Just know that I have a key, and that it's gonna be in the woman's bathroom near the polar bear exhibit. I'm gonna put it underneath the trash can.
Wait, you didn't even look at it?
I saw it's a key. It was in the chest. It was in the polar bear enclosure. Again, don't have time to talk about it.
Well, none of us are women.
Oh God, he's right.
She's just gonna laugh and say, "Trent, I'm about to be questioned by the police. You'll figure this out, all right? I got my own problems."
Trent over the radio is gonna say, "All right, who wants to be the pervert?"
I'll go be the
Carmine?
pervert, and I'll be her legal counsel. I literally have to go get her out of police questioning.
Yeah, sounds good.
She'll just be like, "Oh my God, the Colonel! Oh, we can fix this. I'll be waiting. Just hurry up."
You know, Colonel, I could just walk into the bathroom and say I got lost.
Why don't we?
I'll be the pervert.
Yes, why don't you do that? You go collect it, and I will. We'll both go to her, and I will stand by as legal counsel for when she is picked up.
All right, my 2 minutes are up. I'll see you whenever you get here. Over. I'll head out.
Copy that.
Yeah, you head out. The security officers are waiting for you as people are being cleared out. A perimeter is sort of being established, and you got police officers starting to wade through the crowd as they approach you. And I know we're coming up on time here soon, so I'm going to turn it over. I think we'll start at least Carmine, and then we'll probably have to end it on that. Is that cool with you?
Sure.
Cool. All right. Carmine, you're in a stolen vehicle. Where are you headed?
He's gonna drive. He's looking for a library.
All right.
But his walkie-talkie is gonna be off in the seat next to him.
Okay.
And he is just going to start talking. And I don't know. Do you need a roll to try to find a library?
I guess expedient. Like depending on how fast you want to do it. Yes. I'm sure you could find one eventually, but.
Was that investigate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
notice.
I would say or notice. Yeah. You you see a sign that directs you toward the library. The city's all pretty compact. You're familiar enough with cities, obviously, so you have a good idea of what to look for.
All right. Carmine's gonna say, initially I was gonna try to figure out some sort of way to try to get my camera off of me, but I figure you can't use this if you don't have any footage, and this is what you want, right? You want everybody to see this. That's why you're having us do this. That's why the cameras. It's not to keep watch over us. It's because this is what you're going to use to put it all together. I imagine that's what you're scrambling to do now in the 11th hour. And as he kind of rounds the corner to the library parking lot or off-street parking, he's going to say, so I'm just going to show you everything that I do from now on here. And I guess whatever you do from here on out, if you want to kill Diane, that's on you. That's not me doing that. If you want to kill me, that's fine too. Fuck, if you want me to expose all of the studying that I've done with her and her blood and her illness, if you want me to admit to anything that I've done in that regard, any of my wrongdoing, I've already done all of that on camera. But I'm going to expose you because I think I figured out who you are. And frankly, I don't even know if that changes your plans. And he's going to say, and something tells me you could stop me if you wanted to, but you're not. Because I'm not getting sideswiped by a Save Me van right now, and you know exactly where I'm going. I've been telegraphing it this whole time. And he's just going to kind of keep glancing to his beeper, and I guess he's going to rear end the car in front of him. It's not safe to do that.
Yeah, it's not. You shouldn't be doing that. You're going to get a ticket. No response.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't really have anything else to say. So as that, we'll do a taggy voiceover of him going into the library on that line. And is there an admission or anything? It's just a public library.
Public library. You don't have to do any sort of admissions unless you're going to check out any books.
I will stop and maybe just check out see what the latest James Patterson novel is. I'm gonna hop onto a computer. I'm gonna pull out that
Huh. I got Peter
thumb drive.
Savage here.
Peter
Good
Savage.
stuff.
Holy shit.
I do compel you to take home some Peter Savage.
Do you have to read what's the latest one? Fucking unequivocal.
Eating Savage.
Beating Savage. He's gonna pull out the thumb drive and pop that into the computer.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, as you pop the thumb drive into the computer, the one that you picked up off of Kara's desk, you see a black command prompt screen pull up, and just some kind of script run. It's mostly gibberish to you. But then you see that after a few lines go by, it starts to write out dialogue. And you realize very quickly that these are like log-style entries that have been written into the thumb drive. And the first reads, some of them seem less malicious than others, but it's not all like it seems. Kiki's clearly lying about her reason for being here. That got me wondering who else is, and to what extent. The second one reads, Jesse is one of the smartest crew people here, aside from Prad, myself, and possibly Sam, which is fascinating considering he's supposedly homeless outside of this hellhole. The state of our nation, everyone. Anyway, you keep your friends close and the smart psychopaths closer. The third one reads, things are going missing from the armory. Bill claims to have only just noticed, but apparently it's been happening for a while. Who put him in charge? Oh, right. The fourth one reads, Nia got into an argument with Marco when one of her possessions went missing. She says she saw him take it, but when Jesse searched him, it wasn't in his bunk. He takes long smoke breaks, but I've never seen the man with a cigarette in his hand. The fifth one reads, Simon pulled a gun on Sam, shot the guy. The kid's cracking. The sixth one reads, I caught Jesse sneaking out at night through an exterior camera he's either forgotten about or doesn't know exists. I've never managed to find proof, but this is as close as I've come. I followed him to a shed on the edge of the property. I couldn't go inside, not with him there. The seventh one reads, it's a storage, a room full of tech garbage, but I found a bunch of old MacBook laptops in there, and that was the fucking ticket. The eighth one reads, it was all locked up tighter than Fort Knox, but there was this folder with an old screenshot buried on the drive. Someone by the handle of CryptoByte talking to some poor loser who named himself Grim Kid about modifying satellite imagery surrounding the land they recently purchased in buttfuck nowhere, Montana. This is it, or rather them, CryptoByte. I'm gonna go back tomorrow and copy the files. And the last entry reads, it's all gone. I'm so sorry, Anne.
I'm gonna hit Control P.
Yeah.
I'm gonna print about 10 copies of that.
You do so, and you print them just as they look.
And the next thing I want to do is open up. I imagine Carmine is probably an Outlook guy.
Sure.
And he's got access to the internet. This is just like an F drive, right? Or this is just a fucking, like, I could just drag whatever files are on here.
Yeah.
I want to just attach this into an email and send it out to as many fucking police stations as I can.
Okay. You do so. I imagine this takes you quite some time.
Yeah.
You have access to the internet. You're looking up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'll burn about a half hour at a time doing this.
All right. So you spend about a half hour searching up stations.
Then I start Wikipediaing, just start clicking hyperlinks.
Oh, don't do that. Save that. Alright, that's all for you all, just so you have it. Okay. And I think that's probably where that'll be the
ends
ending
with me
shot.
getting accosted because it's like 5 cents to print each copy.
It is about five. You do have to. It is 5 cents, yeah, per copy.
Hey, so it's fine, but next time you're gonna print, just make sure you print front and back, just because it's it's gonna save us money
Gotta save us money.
in paper.
Yep. So I guess tonight's session will end with you fussing away over a public computer, which is probably frustratingly slow, connected to the internet. It's a process, and you copy paste this file into an email that you are sending out to as many stations as you can.
Cool.
And I'll
Killing all
meet
of
you
our
guys back.
loved ones.
I'll meet you, and yeah, I'll meet you guys back.
Yeah,
at,
I'll meet you.
Firelight Shrine.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Don't tell the producer, he says to the police officers.
Don't tell,
Don't tell the producer I sent you this. Just get him.
Don't tell the producer it's Carmine.